Hello again, guys. It's Carly from the Poetry of Nice, and I have my weekly sales update for you guys. So I'm going to show you all of my sales between January 28th and February the 3rd, which is 7 days, so a week, and it's going to be sales on Etsy, Poshmark, and eBay. And as usual, I will let you know what the items sold for. I will not be including like fees and shipping costs, although usually the buyer pays shipping for my items. If there's free shipping, I will make sure to let you know. And then right at the end, I'll just round up for you with like all of my numbers and things like that, so you know exactly what I walked away with this week. And of course, I will also try to let you guys know where I picked up the item and how much I paid for it originally. So let's crack on. First of all, we have Etsy. We have one measly little sale for Etsy this week. No surprise there. So it's this vintage dog pin, like a puppy and its mother, or whatever you want to call it, playing. This was actually an Avon pin. I picked this up way back when I first started picking things up at yard sales to resell. It's been listed for that long. Like I said, it's an Avon piece. That was before I realized that that really wasn't a good pickup. And so it sold for $9.95, and I think this thing must have been listed for about 3 years, which is crazy. But I paid $1 originally, so hey, at least it has finally gone on to a forever home. Okay, and then we're going to go straight on to Poshmark. I'm also going to note that I had a total of 22 sales this week. I figured that would be a good thing to share as well. So 22 sales across all of the platforms. So Poshmark, this was a pretty good sale. I picked this up, I think, for $1 at a rummage sale. Don't quote me on that. It's been a while since I've had it. I had it from way back at the end of summer, and it didn't sell in that season, which I suppose that's why it's maybe selling now, because spring and stuff is coming. And I listed it really high. I listed it at $75. It is Ann Taylor, not factory and all that kind of stuff. I usually would not list things $75, but I could not find this print and this particular dress anywhere on any platform at the time of listing. So I figured, and it was pineapples. It's embroidered pineapples. At first I thought it was thistles, and I had a whole thing about it when I did my whole video, but no, it actually was the pineapple embroidered halter dress. So the clue is in the title. But I did go ahead and list it high and just thought I'd kind of like feel out the market. It actually didn't do very much, but I just kind of sat and waited for a while since the season had passed. And somebody gave me an offer of $40 this last weekend. Like I said, I think I paid $1 is what I had written down. I must have lost track of this one, but $40 is absolutely fair in my opinion for a dress like this. So I went ahead and took it. This, I think I paid $3 for this at a yard sale, which is probably a little bit too much for a used Victoria's Secret swim top. But anyway, it sold for $18. Like I said, I think I paid $3 at a yard sale. I probably wouldn't pay that much. I probably capped it around $1, maybe like $2 or $3 for a set. But for a separate, probably $1 is where I would leave it this coming season when I'm picking things up. Okay, so yes, $18 is what it's sold for. And then on to the next item. Swim is starting to move, eh? Okay, I've had these for a long time as well. I paid, I think, $1 for these at a yard sale. No, I tell a lie. It was a church rummage sale that's not far from my house. And they were one of the best things that I found there in terms of actually having a brand. So I went ahead and grabbed them. I liked that they had this like scalloped edge almost to them. They were like calf hair, and peep toe, stiletto, all kinds of cool stuff. I thought that they were really nice. They were in pretty good shape, just a little bit of like rub in there, which you can sometimes get with those calf hair pumps and shoes and whatnot. But paid $1 and they sold for $25, and they took a long time to sell. I think they've been listed now for about 9 months. So as soon as someone offered me $25, I was very happy to take it. This is actually something that I picked up just the other day at a thrift store. It's only been listed for a few days. I think it was actually only listed for a day or two before it's sold, which is a nice quick flip. It is Sundance, so let me go ahead and show you that label. There we go. It was a size large. Just a nice, simple, light gray heathered faux wrap top. Faux wrap meaning it didn't actually like tie anywhere. It was structured this way. Had like a ruched detail here, which was quite flattering. I paid $2.90 is what it averaged out to at the thrift haul. And I'll go ahead and link a card for that thrift haul in case you're wondering what else I picked up that day. And it sold for a best offer of $27. All right, this was from the exact same thrift haul, so I actually managed to sell a fair few things. I think it was 4 things this week from that particular haul, which is good because I'd only been listing it this week. So there's 4 things that moved within a few days of listing, which is always nice. This was one of them, Lucky Brand Distress Sweet and Low Bermuda shorts. They had some really nice distressing on them around the pockets and stuff, but they were in good shape. I wasn't sure how they would do being women's and like the Bermuda style, but I figured for $2.90, like the average cost there, that I was going to give it a go and find out, and they did really, really well. So they were a size 8, and they sold as well within a couple of days of being listed, and they sold for a best offer of $22. And like I said, I paid $2.90. Now when I send out best offer, I do usually include a $1.50 shipping credit, because that's what you have to do when you're sending out an offer to likers on Poshmark. So just bear that in mind as well. They'll come out of my fees, but at the end of the video, I'll tell you all of my numbers, like I said, and that will be reflected as well. All right. Okay, so Old Navy. These actually were about $2 at a thrift store that was having like a half-price deal. And I just really like the style. They were kind of like a tuxedo shoe. I felt like they were very retro with that chunky, like block kind of lower heel. And they had one little scuff here, but other than that, they looked like they had basically never been worn. So I went ahead and grabbed them for $2, and they sold on a best offer for $16. And I think they were only listed for maybe a month and a half, which is not really too bad for Old Navy in my experience. Okay, onward to the next thing. This sold almost right away, maybe within 2 days of listing. My photos are not the best here. I had a hard time getting a good flat lay with these particular jeans, but they were a nice dark wash, a flared like wide leg, and they had like a really nice sort of navy blue velvet trim to them as well. I picked these up at a rummage sale, like a filler bag for 50 cents is what it evened out as. They were a size 16. They were torrid, but they were the older label, which I'll show that to you. The newer label is like black with white writing, a lot more kind of sleek. This is definitely the older one. But yes, they sold very quickly for a best offer of $15. And like I said, I paid 50 cents. Nice quick flip. Okay, this finally sold. Hallelujah. Okay, I hope that they love it, that's for sure. So I picked this up at a rummage sale all the way back in spring of last year, and I paid $3 for it. I'd kind of heard of this brand in passing. This is the brand right here, and I'm going to go ahead and show you the label as well. There we go. It is sort of a higher-end brand in terms of it does cost quite a lot when it retails. It was really nice. It was like a trench coat, and it had this sort of inner liner section, and it had a hood as well, which I may have been detachable. I can't quite remember. And it was all belted. Belt was still there. Just a really nice piece. And the paisley as well that you can see here was actually raised black velvet. Just really cool. So I paid $3, and I got a best offer for $75, and I took that because it's been listed for so long. It's had a lot of activity. It's not like it wasn't being noticed on both eBay and Poshmark because I cross-post. But yeah, just no one ever took the bait before, so I hope that it has found its home now. This Garnet Hill Silk Blend cardigan, it was such a pretty color, this like teal blue color. I actually got this in a thrift store haul, again, not too long ago, just a few weeks ago, and it sold fairly quickly within a week or two of being listed. It was a size small, but it was open front, so that, you know, it would fit other sizes as well, potentially. This is the label right here. I thought it was a really nice piece. I kind of considered keeping it, but I'm glad I didn't since it sold fairly quickly. And I paid $3 for this because it was half price, like it had the half price color tag from the sweaters or whatever, and so $3 into 25 there. And the last thing I sold on Poshmark this week is this J. Jill like lightweight jacket with sort of pleating and stuff around the chest. This thing took forever to sell. I think I've had it for over a year in my inventory. It's been listed on eBay. It wouldn't move no matter what I did for it. And so eventually I decided to go ahead and cross-post it. It's been cross-posted on Poshmark for around a month, I think, maybe 5 weeks. And it sold for a best offer of $18, and I paid about $1 originally. So always bear in mind that cross-posting onto Poshmark, even if you don't think it's a brand that is suitable, oftentimes it is. That's what I'm learning right now. Okay, and onto eBay. So my eBay sales this week were this Life is Good t-shirt. I actually bought this in the same haul that I got the Garnet Hill cardigan I just showed you. I paid $3 or $2.99 at the thrift store, and it sold for a best offer of $17.99 with buyer paying shipping. This was listed probably for around 2 weeks. Oh, these are the big fail of the week. So if you have seen my thrift store haul, I think it was the last thrift store haul that I put out there. I got these for $2.90. So this was another one from the same place that I sold like the Lucky Brand jeans and things like that from. And I decided to put them through the washing machine. That was a mistake. So these are actually a really nice pair of shoes, and the comps did not look too bad at all. This kind of watercolor, violet, almost like a floral look to them. And then I put them through the washer because I thought that that was the best way to get the dinginess out of them, and I messed up. You can see right here on the toes, and I have disclosed all this in the listing, of course, which is why I did an auction for $9.99, which is what they sold for plus shipping. And they had to be like touched up some here. This is what I noticed when I got home as well. And then I managed to wash off the details on the tongues that you can see here, like that all came away. So obviously all that is disclosed within the listing, what has happened with close-up photos. And they're nice and clean, and it didn't hurt them in terms of their actual like structure or anything. It's purely cosmetic, but I goofed up. So don't always put your sneakers through the washing machine. That's the moral of the story. So I paid $2.90. They sold for $9.99 plus shipping. I made my money back and, you know, a buck or two on top. So that's that. This was a good sale. This was also from the same place that I got the shoes and the Lucky Brand jeans and stuff. This was a Burberry Brit purple like flip cuff scoop neck t-shirt. You can see the plaid cuff there. There's the logo. It was in really nice shape. I actually found a red one as well, which I only just listed today. I probably should have listed at the same time, but I just kind of didn't get around to it at the point. This is the label right here. It was a size medium, and I took a best offer within about 5 days of listing it for $48 plus shipping, which for $2.90 in it, I was very happy to take. Armani Exchange. This is definitely the lower end version of like anything to do with Giorgio Armani. But it was a cool chambray kind of fit and flare sundress. It had a nice like cross back detail, and it was 50 cents at a filler bag. So I went ahead and grabbed it. There is the label for you guys. I paid 50 cents and it sold for a best offer of 12 plus shipping. This I've had for forever, and I just couldn't get rid of it. It was an older Nike piece, like a kind of spell out, you know, kind of has that like late 90s, early 2000s vibe to it, very kind of retro. It eventually sold for $16.97, and it went overseas, and I paid $1 originally. I thought it would do better than it did, and it just hung around forever. Okay, this Pixie top, which is a Stitch Fix brand, I loved this thing. I really wanted to keep it. But again, it sold within a day of listing, so I'm glad I listed it. Here is the label for you guys. Such a beautiful print close-up, so bold and stuff. It had like a button detail at the back of the neck. Halter top, there you go, there's the buttons. Just really, really nice piece. So I paid $2.90 for this, and it sold for $22.99 with free shipping. I've been experimenting with a few of my light items, and I've been putting them up for a certain price. So like this, I put it up for $22.99 with no best offer and free shipping. And this sold within a day. So I'm going to kind of play with that a little bit and see if that sparks any more sales for me. And then obviously I'm pricing in a way where I'm also allowing myself to put things on sale as well. And I'm just going to kind of experiment and see if I can't ramp things up a little bit. We shall see. Okay, this, I actually thought this was a goof, and it really didn't do very well, truth be told, but it did sell fast. So, you know, maybe if I found it cheaper, I would pick it up again. I got this half price in the half price skirts at a thrift store. So I paid about $2 for this. It was Cynthia Rowley, which I thought did better than it actually usually does do in terms of the comps that I could see. I have another one just like this to list, so I'll probably just go ahead and do sell similar and pop that one up ASAP, since this one sold quite quickly. But I took a best offer of $15, and I paid $2, like I said, by a paid shipping. I took the 15 only because the comps really kind of supported that as a decent offer, and I wanted to not pass it over and be greedy and then have nobody do anything with it for the next few months, because we all know what that feels like. Okay, J. Crew collection nightshirt. The comps were kind of all over for this. There's the label. You can see collection right there underneath it where it's J. Crew. I listed it for $30, which I felt like was kind of fair with what I could see with the comps. I knew the exact name, which was the end-on-end striped sleep shirt, and I knew that because of the style number that you see right down there that I was able to look up. But like I said, the comps weren't super strong, and it was listed for about 4 days, and someone offered me $21.99 plus shipping, so $8 off my asking price. I paid $2, and so I felt like that was pretty fair, and I went ahead and took it for a nice fast flip. This was just a sort of no-name brand vintage blouse. I just thought it was really, really beautiful. Super 70s with this floral print. So nice for spring and very on trend now. It kind of has found its moment, I think. This is what it looked like without the tied up front. I often style like some of my more boxy, like vintage shirts and things like that with this tie in front, as you can see. And of course, I always provide a photograph of it just like in its normal state without me styling it in that way. And I put in my listing that it has been styled with a tie front for photos. Just, so nobody gets confused within the listing. But it's been listed for a long time on both platforms, has had some likes and some watches, but someone offered me $15 plus shipping. Like I said, I paid 50 cents, so I went ahead and took that. There was no brand. I don't think there was even any labels or anything inside of it. So I'm always still happy to move it on style alone. Okay, J. Crew. So these actually cost me about $4.50, these little shorts. And I got them from a ThredUp clearance haul that I did from their clearance section, which I actually did a video on that. So I will link that also in the cards in case you want to check that out. So about $4.50 on average is what I had on each of those items, such as this one. And these sold for $16.99 plus shipping. So not a huge profit there, but they were only listed for around a month to 6 weeks. So not too bad. And the very last item I have to show you this week is this Eileen Fisher heathered long sleeve 100% organic linen shirt. I paid $2 at a half price event at a thrift store, and it sold for a best offer of $18. I'm having a hard time with Eileen Fisher right now. It is moving for me, but it's moving really, really slow. And again, when I'm checking those comps and things, $18 seems to be a pretty standard price for an item like this one. So while I do price higher and I try to hold out a little bit to get higher, the market kind of dictates at the end of the day. I've had this listed now for, at least 2 months, I think it is. And so when someone offers me $18 plus shipping, I'm going to go ahead and take it. Okay, so let's get down to the numbers. So like I said, a total of 22 sales this week. My gross profit on all of these items for this week is $505.87. My cost of goods, so everything I just showed you, it cost me $41.50 to purchase them, which is actually a lot higher than it usually is because I've been hitting up the thrift stores instead of just doing the filler bags and things like that, mostly because of the season. There's not a lot of rummage sales and things around right now. But yeah, my cost of goods is a little higher than I'm used to. But having said that, a lot of those things have moved quite quickly. So, it's kind of swings and roundabouts. I have gone ahead and worked out my fees as a flat 20%. 20% is what it is on Poshmark, and then eBay varies anywhere from 15 to 20% when you include eBay fees, store subscription breakdown, PayPal fees, all that kind of stuff. Etsy is usually a little bit less, but obviously Etsy isn't super involved right now in my sales videos. So I'm going to call it 20% just for the sake of being consistent. So 20% fees on that is $101.17. So my net profit this week for everything I just showed you is $363.20. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that your sales are picking up a little bit too. Bring on spring and some spring shoppers is what I say. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you aren't subscribed yet, please do think about hitting that subscribe button. I do all kinds of different reseller content, including haul videos, sales videos like this one, day in the life, how-tos, tutorials, and all kinds of cool stuff in between. And don't forget to say hi in the comments so I can say hello back. All right, you guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.